Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper right corner we've got Sva starting as the orange Terran. Bottom left hand corner we have NeonSword starting as the hot pink Terran. This is on Eclipse, which is the first map of the lower bracket. So we're going to have a lot of Eclipse games, although it will be a variety of players and a variety of matchups. NeonSword getting... I'm trying to think who did NeonSword. I think NeonSword ended up playing Artosis, and Sva, was he up against Pandor? My brain isn't working right here, but point being, it should be an interesting one. I think I'm going to favor NeonSword with a slight edge, mostly because I don't have a lot of information on Sva, except for the earlier matches that he played. And I've seen NeonSword pull out some pretty solid TVT play. I think he, more often than not, does rely on 3 factory openers. I think that's pretty important to do on Eclipse in particular, because it is 1v1, and it does have wide open natural expansion. And just a lot of spaces where mines, a lot of uphill areas where walking uphill into mines with Goliath and siege tanks is kind of a scary proposition. But anyway, it looks like we're seeing that supply depot being plopped down, so neither player going for anything tricky to start, at least with that front door seal. And I'm trying to think of, now I feel like I gotta fill a little bit of time out of things to say. I guess I'll fill it in with saying, man, New York LAN, being there and engaging with that community, and it's really like the height of StarCraft in my opinion. It's like the most fun, and I'm glad to see that there was the Chicago LAN actually to follow it up, and I hope it ends up being a trend where we're going to see more LANs more regularly for Brood War, because it was something special, and I think everybody there felt that, yeah, it was just amazing. And so if you can, I think you can definitely, if you don't watch all of the games here, be sure you catch at least the finals on Artosis' chat channel. It's kind of funny where I'm like, yeah, if you're watching this, go. There are probably more people watch the Artosis' channel overall. But point being, yeah, it was amazing, and it was electric, and I think it hopefully bodes well for things in the future. Anyway, we do have 3 SCV on gas on this side and a barracks completing. It looks like we're seeing a mirror build order overall. Sva slightly behind because he sent out, it's interesting, he sent out that earlier scout, but hesitated with the SCV for a bit, but wanted to confirm that it wasn't 14 command center maybe, which would be a little bit crazy. I feel like you can go a little bit more delayed on this scout, on this map in particular, but is able to confirm that the SCV are pulling off gas at the very least. First Marine being constructed this side. We already have a Marine and a factory in the opposite side. The factory getting planted a little bit later here from NeonSword, but not in such a way that it's going to be a critical shift. The SCV able to bully its way up the ramp past the Marine, and going to move up and see a lack of gas up here, although Sva has pocketed at least another 100 gas to maybe drop down another factory if he wants to, producing a second Marine now out of that barracks. There's only a single Marine for NeonSword. He's lifted off, and a second factory's been dropped. Now this will be interesting for Sva. He's already got, he's got the actually 3 Marines out. So we'll see if he plays aggressively with this, or if he just wants an earlier bunker and an earlier defensive slot. Unfortunately, he's running up against 2 factory, and to capitalize on this, he needs to move rather rapidly, because 3 Marines and a Vulture, oh, never mind. He's going to go for proxy starport on top of this at the 9 o'clock location. So definitely planning on getting aggressive, blockading the front from information upon seeing no additional SCV scouts starting to make a move out. Now let's see if NeonSword respects this and get some form of anti-air. He's already got the first Vulture producing. The Vulture will easily be able to handle the Marines. An SCV's coming alongside. Ooh, machine shop dropping, which means that second Vulture is going to be a little bit later, so Sva might get something out of this. Starport not that far from finishing, but now that barracks is going to be able to see that attack incoming. Going to go ahead and withdraw to the high ground, and Sva, so doing everything here. So going to go into Wraith, but also dropping a command center behind this. This might be a mistake, because there's going to be additional Vultures out here, which can absolutely shred. Gonna try to build a bunker. Wow. This is a bold play. Only a single SCV though. It gets wiped out immediately. Now it's 2 Vultures and 2 Marines versus 2 Vultures, but the Vultures for NeonSword able to get on the high ground. It looks like Sva is able to get the high ground positioning, but 2 more Vultures will be out shortly. Sva, oh, getting a lot of free damage on that forward Vulture, however. But with a bit of micro, NeonSword able to even things up and got first shot right there. But has he dropped? He has not dropped anything to contend with any form of anti-air right this second. And the first Wraith is constructing, and Sva does have that natural expansion being built. speed upgrading for NeonSword. He's dropping his own starport. Unfortunately, without a lot of anti-air here and not respecting the anti-air, this could be... I don't know. I don't think this is game ending, but it's certainly potentially going to give an advantage to Sva overall. SCV trying to fall back is going to get hunted down. A bunker's absolutely needed to defend this natural expansion, as you got 3 vultures versus 1 and a marine. Yeah, going to sneak in, take that out. Fortunately, that first vulture getting picked off. The SCV is now making their way to the natural expansion. And unfortunately, so we got the Wraith starting to try to pick away at the gas line. I don't know that this is the best place to engage. Gas is very important in TVT, but right now Sva needs to, he's losing more SCVs than NeonSword is on the opposite side of the map, and needs to maybe even things up economically. So down to 13 SCVs, now 12, and has nothing to defend in the main, trying to build a tank. Sva pulling the SCVs off the line. So yeah, he got the Wraith, but the problem is Wraith just kill units a lot slower than vultures, and now the entire base is flooded. Sva down to just 4, and that's going to be GG. NeonSword basically could have just kept, even with the Wraith there, probably could have gotten an armory and some turrets and whatever else down to defend, and Sva was no longer mining. So game goes to NeonSword. He will advance along the lower bracket. Sva is eliminated. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for listening.